everyone, Gray Power 60 here. Welcome to Tea With Me Tuesday. And this is my new cup that I'm using. It's not new, but a new one that I'm using this week. It is a cheaper one. It's not one of the other. It's just called Queen's Fine Bone China. And the pattern is Rosina. No, the company is just Rosina China Company. It didn't give it a name, but it does have the number 12 on it. I think it's beautiful. I think it is just the cutest little cup. So I have had a rotten weekend again this weekend. I had a bit of food poisoning, and it affects people in different ways, different people, but for me, I suddenly get vertigo. I am so dizzy, I cannot walk. I have to lay down, I have to close my eyes, but I've also got to get some fluids into me, and I've got to get something like crackers or a banana or something to, you know, settle the stomach, and or maybe Pepto-Bismol, which helps with the stomach and the other stuff. So I had planned a great weekend with the kids and ended up being in bed the whole time. And this is the second time in a month, if I'm not mistaken, that this has happened. And I'm so careful with the food. Mom didn't eat the same as me. I had a Caesar salad, and apparently our romaine lettuce was supposed to be cleared and that it was okay. I had avoided it for a couple of weeks, actually for about a month. So the only thing that Mom and I had that was different was I had the Caesar salad that we had purchased, and Mom had a regular salad. And that's the only thing, because within 2 hours I was a goner. I was just, and I thought, okay, I'll go to bed and I'll sleep and, you know, everything be fine, but it's not. So I'm recovering from that, and it always takes me a couple of days afterwards. And what I had planned on doing was showing you how to make something like this, where it pops open and your lipstick, well, actually it's for chapstick, lip gloss. What am I thinking of? A chapstick of some sort. Because when I was selling these last year at the craft fair, they were in packages, so you'd have to open the package to see what was inside, and you couldn't really see. Whereas this is just a prototype. What, kitty? Yes, my baby. Okay. This is just a prototype, but I love the fact that it, you know, we use some acetate type stuff, and that you can open it this way to get it out. It's a cute little package, and I used this lipstick as a guide for the size of it because I couldn't find them, and then I remembered I'd packed them and they're in the basement. So I thought these would be really, and I followed the directions, and I will, if I remember, to link it below where I learned to do this. I just love this idea, absolutely love it. And it really isn't hard to do. The only thing is that I probably would shorten this, maybe by an inch. You know, I would probably bring it down a little bit more. But anyway, I thought this was a great idea. Maybe even leave it like that, and then, you know, put Christmassy stuff on it, or just put girly stuff on it, or whatever. But anyway, so this is my next project that I will do I hate to call them tutorials, because, you know, I'm not good at tutorials. I just kind of show what I'm doing. But anyway, that is in the makings. That is on my list videos to do. So today I'm in the living room trying to fix this hair of mine. I washed it and kind of left it. Anyway. So some other ideas I was going to talk about was caring for Mom when I'm sick. Now, the problem the first day when I just could not get out of bed and I slept almost all the time. With Mom's dementia, basically what she does, she knows how to make tea and toast. And she usually has jam with it. Well, 3 meals of tea and toast is not good for Mom. So by supper time, I forced myself to get up and make her a supper. And she was concerned why I wasn't eating. And of course, she knows that I wasn't feeling well, but she forgets. So I have to remind her, well, no, my stomach is still not well enough. So, to make sure she gets her, her potatoes or veggies, her meat, whatever. And I had bought a pre-cooked chicken, so I was able to cut that up for her. And another meal, I made some rice for her and chicken, kind of like a stir fry, and make her a quick dessert. And usually she likes cake, but we haven't been out, so I haven't bought her another one. But we have a lot of fruit, so I made her a bowl of fruit and put a little ice cream on top, and she loved it. So that's basically, some of the things that I worry about when I'm looking after Mom is, when I get sick, what do I do? And it was really hard for her because she would forget during the day that I was sick and come into my room and ask if I'm okay, and she'd be worried and things, and I just say, no, Mom, I just need to sleep. So, but it was hard for her, and it was lonely because usually, at least every other day, we would go out, even if it's just to the store to get gas, to buy a few groceries, to go to the bingo. We hadn't been out for a while, and she missed that. She missed that, going in the car and going out. So tomorrow, even though it's I'm still not quite okay. Tomorrow, this is going up tomorrow. So today for you guys, I'm going to take her out. We do have to get a few things at the grocery store, and it's payday, so we have to do some banking and get that out of the way. And our weather is supposed to be really crappy. It's been crappy. My son was telling me how slippery it was. So I was glad that I didn't go out. But, yeah, so in a way, I'm kind of glad that I wasn't going to go out. But I had such big plans to spend time with my grandsons this weekend. And that didn't come through. So here I am, nursing my tea, and, trying to settle my stomach. So we've had, a rather interesting week. It's been not too bad, except for the food poisoning. It was, it could have been worse. It could have been a lot worse. It could have been 2 of us sick. And because I eat the same as Mom, except for a few things, I know that I can narrow down what it is that I had. So that was my weekend. It was pretty awful. And I had a lot of plans, like I said, to, do a video on making that. And then I had all kinds of lists of things I wanted to talk about with you guys, but just not up to it too much. I was going through my list of things that I wanted to do, and I was going through, I had to go look for some papers for something specific, and I found this, and this was given to me by a friendly neighbor, and it's called a final act of caring. And it's about your pets. And, you know, it's really a good book. And it has all kinds of interesting things that really help all ages to go through the grief of losing a pet. You know, when bad news comes, anticipatory grief. That's when you know your pet. Like for me, it's my old cat. You know, he has been losing weight. He's still eating. He's still drinking. You know, he still can get around. So, you know, he's doing pretty good, but he is getting, I mean, I think he's 17, 18. I was trying to think of how old he was, because I think he was 1 year or 2 years older than my son's cat. My son's cat was born in 2000, and he just passed away. So he was 19. Well, actually, he was 18. But anyway, I think this is a great book. I don't know where you can get it. I have no idea. But I'm sure the vets would have something like that. One of the things that I wish I had read was questions to ask yourself when it comes to the point of making that decision as to whether or not to euthanize your pet. These are some of the things that I wish I had read. It might have made me, it wouldn't have made me feel any better. The whole thing made me feel guilty. The whole thing. You know, it's anyway. So, you know, is there a reasonable chance for cure? I mean, or comfort for the animal, you know? How much time will the treatment give, you know? And what would be the quality of life? Do I have the financial means or the emotional stamina to be able to handle it, or to handle the long-term medical cares? And, you know, will I be necessarily physically and emotionally able to handle it, like getting up at night or preparing special foods, giving shots, medicine, so on and so forth, you know? How many of my pet's usual activities are still possible? These are all great questions, you know. Is my pet suffering even though physical pain is not evident? And that is the thing that was hardest for me, because I found out from the vet that he had been suffering, and he had been suffering for a while. And that poor baby did not show me. And I remember one time trying to pick him up when he was in the back seat of the car to take him out, because he was, you know, a short dachshund. You know, I didn't want him to fall or hurt himself, and he growled and Snap went to bite me, wouldn't let me pick him up. You know, that's a sign he was suffering. He, you know, and when he walked, he would fall over, and you know, there were so many key things that it was hard to handle. But anyway, so that was a biggie for me, is you know, it's the physical pain. And what do I think my pet would want? My pet, my baby, would want to be in no pain and happy, you know? Anyway, and then what is your personal bottom line? What are you able to tolerate or live with? You know, write yourself a contract. I don't know if I would do that, but. And then project yourself ahead of time and ask, how will I look back and remember this experience? And of course, for me, you know, it's something I don't want. Anyway, anyone who is dealing with an ailing pet, I firmly hope and wish, firmly is not the word I'm thinking of, but I would hope that you would, talk to your vet and see if there's any, thing like this particular book that would help you, booklet, kind of get through it all. So anyway, I just wanted to go over that. I just wanted to sort of, bring that into the conversation because it's something I wanted to talk about for a while. And, there are babies and it's hard to let go of them. And as we're all aging, my babies who are around me somewhere, they're aging too. We get arthritis, they get arthritis, we get fevers and we get sick, and, some foods we can handle, other foods we can't. Our older pets are the same, And I think for me, looking back now, he was a very lucky pup because he had a good spoiled life. He was spoiled, and we went out every day for a nice walk. We met other dogs, other pet owners. The wonderful thing about having a dog and having to go out is that you do bond with other people that you would normally be strangers with. So we had good times. He was not the kind of dog to play. He would play, but not like chase a ball or that kind of thing. It was more of just him and I kind of being silly together and things like that. So, but he was spoiled and he had a good long life. He lived to be 13. He was a good companion for me. And another question that's in here is, thinking about a replacement, and not a replacement, but what do they call it in here? Let me just check. And they talk about children and helping children and saying goodbye, finding the support. There's all kinds of support. Oh, maybe they didn't talk about that. I thought they might have in here. Talk about no, they don't. About replacing, and I'm not at my age. No, unless circumstances change for me. Right now, I have enough with my mom and my ailing cats, so no, I would not bring another dog into the home. And if I do someday, if my cats are no longer with me, if my mom is no longer with me, I mean, I'm sure they'll all outlive me, but then I may rescue again, because my dog was a rescue, and that's what I would do. I would rescue. Anyway, I didn't want this to be a downer. I didn't want it to be horrible, and it is way too long. I just wanted to say, a few little things about it, just to talk, we all experience, those of us who have pets, we all experience loss. We experience the agony of treatments and things like that. And sometimes we have to, I thought I was stronger than I was to handle it. I thought I could handle just about anything, and I'm just a marshmallow inside like everybody else when it comes to our babies. You want the best, and you take your vet's advice. So that is it for me this week. I have not prepared anything else. I have my jotted down little notebook. This one I use beside my computer, beside my tablet when I am doing, when I'm watching videos and I'm trying to copy what the other person is doing and write down all the measurements in this little booklet. Oh my goodness, I've got lots of stuff going on in here. All right, guys, enough is enough. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now.